Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, so if you're just watching me for the very first time, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. But if you've been consistent with me, thank you for also staying. I'm really sorry that I haven't been consistent for a while. I actually had a lot of academic processes to attend to, but I'm here now. So welcome back. So, if you've been following me, you'll notice that I've been doing some reviews on the movie Spirituals, and that is because it's a movie that is power-packed with so many lessons, so many lessons for Christians, for God's children, for believers. So, there's a lot of things that we could pick up from this movie. So, thank you for dropping by. We'll just be jumping right into the review. I want to start today's review with Frank and Ben's scene. So, Ben got worried that his wife has been losing her babies, and it really bothered him. So, right there at the office scene, we saw his friend Frank, trying to encourage him, trying to counsel him. When the Bible talks about being, being careful of ungodly counsel, right? So this was a clear case of ungodly counseling. You really just need to watch that scene again. So we saw Frank trying to, encourage his friend, trying to counsel his friend out of what he was going through. And I think there was just a disconnect here, because from the other end, we saw Osa's friend, that's Debbie, giving her a godly counsel, trying to encourage her to do this and to do that. Then we also saw Ben's friend Frank, who on the other end was giving him ungodly counsel. So I really had to just pick out some words from that scene. Words like cool off. Now, there was the first thing that Frank said to Ben that really tripped me was when he said, Ben told him that he was going through a lot and all that. And this was what Frank said. He said, I may not be the one going through this, but I sure know what to do. I don't know why I'm smiling, but the scene it was funny, but there was just a lot to learn from that scene. So he said to Ben, I may not be the one going through this, but I sure know what to do if I am the one going through it. And anyone would have been, anticipating what he or she could have done. And then Ben asked him, so what am I supposed to do? He said, cool off, clear your head. Nothing did the life. So these were his words. Nothing did the life. He said, once man needs distraction. He said, what man does not see cannot kill him. What man cannot see can kill him. So he said a lot of things. Cool off, clear your head, escape. Once man needs distraction, there is nothing in this life. Refresh your mind. This was all from one person. Really, friends, see, beware of ungodly counsel. Beware of ungodly counsel. Sometimes, I really believe that sometimes God allows us to go through certain trials and temptations in life because He wants us to learn. He wants us to pick out something. Okay, don't be someone that goes through trial, goes through temptation, goes through a difficult moment or a difficult thing in life, and you come out without anything. The purpose for that particular season of your life would have been defeated. Don't try to escape. Obviously, you may get temporal relief, all right, but it's not going to last. You will still wake up to your problems. So why not sit down there and face it? Don't be someone who tries to run away. Imagine what he said. I may not be the one, but I sure know what to do. So what he felt was the best thing to do was to see a lady. Most times God allows us to pass through certain trials or temptations in life because He wants us to learn. Okay, God doesn't just punish anybody. He doesn't do that. He wants us to learn. He wants us to mature. He wants us to become better persons. So you just can't run away. Whatever you do may offer you a temporal relief, but it's not going to throw that season out. It's a season, and He wants you to go through that season diligently. and he wants you to learn. Most times, if you notice that if you go through a season, maybe a very bad or negative season in life, you come out a refined person, you come out a better person. Okay, but if you just try to escape, like Frank said, or try to cool off, or try to distract, I really don't even know what he means by once man needs distraction. It was a lot of funny statements, a lot of funny things. You clear your head. I mean, how do you clear your head with something that is right in front of you? Okay, in fact, the only way you can clear your head is to stay there and ask God for counsel, ask God for direction. Don't try to jump out from the frying pan only to land in the fire. Okay, so please beware of ungodly counsel. You're not going to completely avoid them, but whenever they come to you, just know what to do. Okay, just know what to do with ungodly counsel. Just know that some trials you go through in life, and they are not just to punish you. God doesn't just bring them to you to punish you. It is that he wants you to pick up one or two from it and become a better Christian. And then we saw how Ben resisted Frank's counsel. You would be happy that, okay, this is a good guy. I mean, he really knows what to do and all that. But after we saw him resisting, we also saw a scene where he joined Frank to see a lady. I mean, I was like, Oga, what happened to your no? You said no. You said you're not going to do it. So what changed? What changed? So this is it, right? If you have a principle about certain things in life, stand by them. Stand by your principles. Don't say I'm not going to do this and then you go back on your word. When you set out principles in life, allow them to be your guide. Allow them to guide you. Allow them to shape your actions. Your principles secure you. Your principles protect you. Even when you don't know what to think, when you don't know what to do, at least you have a principle. My principle is that I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. When you get to your 0 hour, your 0 moment, those principles will come back to stand for you. So please, whenever you set one, allow yourself to get established in them. Don't just throw them out and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so we saw how Ben, let go of all those things. If you actually put those two things together, you start asking yourself, what happened? What changed his mind? Was it that he really wasn't sure that he didn't want to go into relationships outside marriage, or what? I really don't know what changed, but I was quite surprised that he joined Frank to see a lady after he said no initially. So be very careful of the things you do. Okay, after you must have set principles for yourself, stand by your principles. Do not allow anyone to sway you. Do not allow anyone to make you shake. Stand on them and you will see how far they take you in life. So that is that for that particular scene. I don't know what stood out for you. I would love to hear from you, but for me, that was what stood out for me. Seeing how he resisted and then he came back to do what he said he wasn't going to do. The Bible said that it's only a dog that vomits and goes back to his vomit. So you don't say you're not going to do something as a child of God. You have a principle that you're not going to do things and then you go back to do it. Please do not do that. Do not do that. It doesn't speak well of you. So that is that for this thing. I wouldn't want to take you longer than this. So let's move on to the next.